Okay, back to our last example with the cosine law. Okay, now pay really close attention to this question because I, as a student, always found these questions difficult. So hopefully I'll be able to help you a little bit. Okay, so we have a plane and it leaves London and travels north 55 degrees east for 350 kilometers. Okay, another plane leaves London traveling, at south 85 degrees west and travels for 460 kilometers. How far apart are the planes? Okay, so what I've done here is I have north, obviously this would be south, this would be east, and obviously here would be west. So where is London? London is right in the center, London. Okay, and obviously these are right angle triangles, or sorry, not right angle triangles, right angles all across here. Okay, so I have one plane, and we'll call that plane 1, P1, and it travels north 55 degrees east. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the plane's going to be over in this quadrant somewhere, northeast. Okay, so we're going to put P1 here, but we're going to talk about where this 55 degrees is. Okay, so this is my plane 1. Okay, and it's north 55 degrees east. So if they headed north and then it's 55 degrees east. Okay, so I'm going to draw a straight line there. So from London, I'm heading kind of northeast. And so this angle right here would be 55 degrees. And we'll switch colors. Now I'm going to keep with the green. So what we have here again in our diagram is 55 degrees, and that is from here and here. Okay, we also have our second plane, and it's traveling southwest 85 degrees. So south, then west. So we're going to have our plane here, and this is going to be our P2. Okay, and again, we're going to draw a straight line from London southwest. Now, southwest, so we're looking at this angle right here is 85 degrees. Now, obviously, I don't have that quite well because we know this is 90, so this in here is going to be 5, and we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so this is kind of the situation that we have. So the way that you get the angles is when it says north 55 east, so north 55 east. This one says south 85 west. Okay, so that's how you're going to get it. Now we are told that they want us to find in this situation how far apart the planes are. So they want to know how far apart they are. Okay, so when I put it like that, so they want to know that dotted line's distance. Now let's take a little closer look at this. This is a little bit hard to do, and I'm just going to make this one actually look a little bit more like 85 just so we can do some more figuring here. So my problem is with this is I do have a triangle. What other information do I know? Well, I know that this first plane is going 350 kilometers per hour, and the second plane is going 460 kilometers. Okay, so that's another thing that I can actually put in to the diagram. So plane 1, from the time it left London, it is going to go 350 kilometers. The other plane is going faster. Remember, they left at the same time, 460. Okay, so I have two sides. They want me to find the third side, so the L side. But the thing is, do I have the angle in between these two? Well, let's take a close look here. This is 55. Okay. We know that this here was 85, so that means this is 5 degrees, right? So from here to here is a 90. So that would make that 5 degrees. So how much, and I'm going to do it in red because that's the angle we have to really find in order to use the cosine law, from the pathway of the first plane to the pathway of the second plane. What is that? Well, from here to here is 55, and then I have 90. So, and then I have 5. Now, if you notice, I'm changing all those ones to red. So that will be the total, that will be the total of that angle. So 5 plus 90 plus 55. So we're looking at 150. Now, again, we've got a lot going on there. So there is nothing wrong with creating another little mini triangle with that information on. Okay, nothing at all. And as I said, I often draw more than one triangle when I'm solving something. So going to this triangle and transferring my information that I do know, I know that I have P1, P2, this is London, this was 350, this was 460, and we discovered that this angle in here is 150 degrees. And the reason it's 150, if you want to put it in brackets so you remember, it's 55 degrees plus the 90 plus 5 degrees. That's where we got it from. Okay, now you can see it is the cosine law. Okay, we have the two sides and the angle that's holding them together. So I want to find L, or this distance, and how about we call it D, just because it would be nice. And I could make London the letter D for this diagram. It might make our job easier. So let's take a look at it. So we know that the cosine law says c squared equals, and remember we have to have the cos of c. In this case, it'd be the cos of d. So is a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b times the cos of c. So let's put these values in. We just need to make sure that we shouldn't have any problems because we're not going to obviously be substituting in a value for this one, and we only have one angle, so we shouldn't get confused. So if we have 460 squared plus 350 squared minus 2 times 460 times 350 times the cos of 150, and I'm going to run out of room. I can see that. Okay, so now again, we're going to be careful when we're multiplying. So I'm going to put the squared ones together. So 334,100 minus, I'm going to multiply these numbers together and then by the cos. So 322,000 times the cos of 150, which gives me, when I actually multiply and subtract, 612,960.18. Now remember that is for d squared. So d, we take the square root of that, which is 782.9 kilometers. And because it's a word question, we want to put a therefore statement. And I like typing it because I can do it neater and faster. So therefore, the planes are 782.9 kilometers apart. Okay, so you can see that where questions can get quite complicated, but actually, as I said, this is probably as complicated as it actually gets for us. And I said the reason being is because of the north 55 degrees east. As I said, that's often what confuses people. But if you kind of take your finger or your pencil and go, I'm going north and then east, and that's where it creates the angle. North, then east. Okay, so good luck with the word questions, and obviously I'll be around to give you some help.